come to a very, very dangerous match, Mr. Slater. I don't know if you've ever been in this type of match, but it's a barbed wire match. And as you see in the ring right now, Jason the Terrible taking on Carlos Colón.
Well, I don't know the reason for the barbed wire to be there, but I know one thing, it's really, really dangerous for both opponents, because you ever got caught in a piece of barbed wire, it could rip your skin apart, rip your arms, your legs, your head, your face, just anywhere at all. As you can see right now, I'm not familiar with Jason all that well, because a man wears a mask, and the reason why he wears this mask is because he's got something to hide, or he's just the way he is. Now he's trying to push Carlos Colón back into this barbed wire. Carlos Colón was able to keep his balance at this point. You know, and I want to say right now, it's been a pleasure working with you as a co-host.
Well, wait a minute. What makes you the host and me the co-host?
Well, I would just say, well, we may call you.
You have more zeros on your check or something?
No, the ghost host or the host. I'll call you the co-host. No, I don't have more zeros on my chest. Check.
Anyway, it's been a pleasure working with you too, but let's keep in mind here that the type of match that we're dealing with here, the Sheepherd has made this match world famous.
Well, as you can see right now, Carlos Colón had his arm caught, and he's probably lacerated on his arm right here from that barbed wire. He's getting pushed back in that barbed wire again. It's sticking in his back, and I guarantee you right now, ladies and gentlemen, that is not a good feeling to be stuck with barbed wire. Right here, Jason's got Carlos Colón, and he's got him against the ropes and the barbed wire, and it looks like Carlos Colón's trunks are caught in the barbed wire right here, and he can't get loose.
Well, I'm sure you've seen barbed wire since you visited the Funks on their Double Cross Ranch, and you've been out in that Texas and waddling around in the mud and stuff out there with the Funks. But this match is very dangerous. It's one of the most brutal matches in professional wrestling, and blood does flow in this type of match, and that's why it's on this tape.
Well, as you can see, Jason, oh, there he goes. Carlos Colón's chest is caught right here in barbed wire, ladies and gentlemen, and this is what you call violence at its finest right here. I would hesitate to sign a match in a barbed wire fence like this myself. I think that this is taking it a little too far, and it's just a little bit too dangerous. It's a lot dangerous for both men to be in the ring with barbed wire all around the ring at any time. Well, now he's right here. He can try to put his eye out right here with the barbed wire. He's got it rubbed across his forehead. And Jason, of course, you look at him, he's a very huge individual. And Carlos Colón's got his work cut out for him in this match right now. As you can see, Carlos Colón is down on the mat, and Jason has taken full advantage of that barbed wire from the beginning and the opening of this match. And Carlos Colón has found himself caught in them ropes and on that barbed wire, and it seems like he cannot get loose from Jason, and that barbed wire is wrapped across Carlos Colón's head now. And look at the smile on Carlos Colón's face. No, that's not a smile. That's pain. That's pain from Carlos Colón. Look at the pain that he's delivering to Carlos Colón right now. Barbed wire all over him. He's cut Carlos Colón everywhere with this barbed wire, and Carlos Colón cannot get free from this barbed wire and can't get free from the grips of this man, Jason, a man that's probably really controversial and probably has a, who's he managed by? I'm sure he has a manager. I'm sure it should be.
At this point in time, he was managed by Cheeky Star. This man is very controversial. He uses that mask to his advantage, as you can see right there. And he's taking his toll on Carlos Colón. He's already used the barbed wire on him.
Well, you know, maybe Jason's used this match to his advantage, because Jason's probably an individual that's probably taken a great deal of punishment to his face, and he probably doesn't want to take any more punishment to his face.
No, I think more or less he's been to the Dick Slater School of Hard Knocks and do anything at any cost to win a match.
Maybe he's been, maybe it's more like Dick Slater's School of One Flew to Cuckoo's Nest, huh?
Yeah, Ringling Brothers would have a hell of a time with him, that's for sure. Right there, you can see that he's just taking it to Carlos Colón. This man has no concept of the rules. He has no sense of value or anything else. He's just out to maim and cripple people, and that's right up your alley. You probably like this guy.
Well, right now, Jason got caught, and then Carlos Colón had reversed the ropes on him there, and Jason's got his back caught in that barbed wire now. And Jason's feeling the effects of barbed wire being stuck in your back, and I don't know if anybody, any of you people at home have ever been stuck in a piece of barbed wire before, but every 2 inches or 3 inches in a barbed wire fence, there's a big spike coming out, and I'm gonna tell you something right now. It seems to keep a horse in the stable. I'm telling you that right now. It's keep these two men. They're battling out. They're both. I mean, I got to give Carlos Colón some credit. He has got a lot of guts for being in this match with a man like Jason being surrounded with barbed wire.
Well, it's gotten to the point where you have to do what you have to do when you have to do it, and Carlos Colón felt that at this point in time, this is the type of match that he needed, and he's paying the toll for it. Right now, he's got his shoulders to the mat, but it wasn't good enough to hold him for a 3 count. Jason's going to have to do a little bit more and just beat on him.
Yeah, well, I'm telling you right now, Carlos Colón has got a lot taken out of him, and Jason so far has only been in the caught at Barbwire a relatively short time. And,
Carlos has got to change his strategy.
Carlos Colón has got his win back. Jason caught back in the Barbwire again. And Carlos Colón has got that fire back in him. He's back after Jason. He tries to improve it. Jason just did something really illegal. Of course, there's probably no rules in this match. Again, there's Carlos Colón grimacing in pain. And now Jason's taking the fact that Carlos Colón is down. He's taking the man up, and right there he's got him around. And he's drove him back into that Barbwire. And look at the Barbwire sticking in the back of Carlos Colón's back in this match, ladies and gentlemen. Look at this. I'm going to tell you something right now. This is what violence is all about. This is professional wrestling is violence. You will not see this unless you go to an arena. This is the only time that you will ever see anything like this on any kind of film at all. And, of course, who's it brought to you by? But not only that, Pro Wrestling Wear.
And Capital Video and Victor Quinones and all the other people that are affiliated with this great tape. But as you can see right there, Jason trying to drive that barbed wire into the spinal area, maybe cause permanent injury. This match is very dangerous. A lot of men have retired after this type of match.
Well, as you can see right there, Carlos Colón just took a big clothesline. He can't seem to get off the ropes to get away from this barbed wire. The strategy of this match is to keep your man on the ropes and keep him tied up in that barbed wire, because the more you have him back against he's got his back in that barbed wire, he cannot seem to get off of that barbed wire. He's got him hooked around there. Right there, Carlos Colón gets him with the right hand and the back of his head.
Well, he's got to do that because the front of his head is protected by the
It seems like Carlos Colón finally got loose right there from the barbed wire. Boom, there was a big right hand, and he's rocked Jason. Jason comes back with another right, and there goes Carlos with another right. Has another big right. Now Jason's back in that corner. He's caught in that barbed wire again. Boom, Carlos is driving him back in that barbed wire. Boom, Carlos Colón just drives another right. There's another big right. There's another big right. And I'm going to tell you something, the action's hot and heavy here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. I'll tell you, it's really going good at Carlos Colón's way. Boom. Carlos Colón just did another really good illegal move as usual.
No, that was a wrestling move. That was a counter move to a counter move, and that's what you get when you get the
right here, Carlos Colón is working on his mask, and he drives him frontwards into the barbed wire. Now his chest is probably cut open with that barbed wire. Boom, whips him across the ring. Boom, right back in the barbed wire again. Now what is Carlos Colón doing? He's jumping up and down. I guess he's ripped. Well, that's momentum is going his way. I got to give him credit. It's going his way right now. And the fans are going crazy, as you can see right here. They're all behind Carlos Colón against Jason here. I'm going to tell you something right now. There, he's really got him going. He's got him and thrown him into that barbed wire frontwards, poking into his chest. Boom, and he takes that mask off. Now, what's the reason for this, huh?
Hey, if it's good for the goose, it's good for the gander. Carlos Colón feels that Jason can bring that mask in the ring. Hey, it's equal game on
Look at Jason. He looks like a little kid. He looks like a little kid. No wonder he wore that mask. Now Carlos Colón is using that mask advantage. Now he's using the mask advantage. He's got, boom, he pops Jason in the face. Boom, right. Now he's got Jason's open. He's got him open right there. Drives him back into the barbed wire again.
Well, that's the advantage of the mask. That's why Jason brought it to the ring.
Boom.
You can see he's been busted wide open. He's heavily lacerated. Blood is pouring profusely out of his head. And for all said and being bounds, I'm glad it's happening to him. I think he should have that done to him.
Right now he's asked Carlos Colón for a little bit of help here. Carlos Colón seems to be
begging for mercy.
Well, he's using that mask. Carlos Colón is using that mask in his face right there. And I'm telling you something right now. Not only does the barbed wire have to really be painful, but the right fist, and now boom, he drives him back into that barbed wire again. This is why I would never want to sign a match with anybody in a barbed wire match. This is totally insane. This is something that you two men are going to take. You know, it's like. Boom, he takes the mask off and drives him over the top of his head again. But I mean, so I was trying to say, it's like, you know, how far can you go with a professional wrestling match? How far can you go to where you can say, well, you got bigger and better guts than the other man? And right here, and then back and forth, back. Now, who's this man here?
This cheeky star being chased around. He needs to leave the arena, and somebody's taking him out to the parking lot. As you can see that inside the ring, Jason has lost an enormous amount of blood. You can't even recognize his head, his face. He's just totally covered You know, I'm sure he's going to have to be stitched up after this match, and he's paying the price for signing this match with Carlos Colón.
Well, I'll tell you what, both men are paying the price for this match. It's like I said before, whenever you're involved in a match with Barbwire surrounding the ring, it's going to be really, really vicious and exciting match. And right here, as you can see, Carlos Colón has got Jason in a real bad way. It seems like Carlos Colón has got him where Jason's not even know where he's at now. Jason is just out on his feet. He's just holding on in ropes.
Well,
and Carlos Colón, well, why doesn't Carlos Colón try to just catch a pinfall now instead of trying to punish the man more and more? What's the reason for it? There goes Jason down.
The price.
Well, I'm sure Jason's paid the price too, and I'm sure Carlos Colón has paid the price too, but I'm guaranteeing you right now, Carlos Colón should have tried to pin this man, but he hasn't even tried to pin him. He knows he's got him in a bad way. The man is really hurt bad, and boom, what happens now? Carlos Colón finds himself on the reverse end of the foot there, didn't he?
He went to the well one too many times.
That's what they call it there, Sonny.
He's got a big body slam by Jason, and what's Jason going to do now? Is he going to the top? I think so.
I don't know what Jason's going to do.
This man
I'll tell you something right now. See, he's laid there too long. Carlos Colón lay there. I know he knows. Boom. He got him again, didn't he? Carlos Colón could not move out of the way. He should have tried to get out of Jason's way right there. Jason should have went for the pinfall right there, but he's so fogged and so dazed at this point that he doesn't. Now he's got back up there again. Now see, he's making a wrong move. That's what I thought. Carlos Colón would finally move out of the way and found out that Jason's laying on the leg, and now Carlos Colón, being the man that thinks he's mastered the figure four leg lock, has got him in a bad way, and there's Carlos Colón going to apply the figure four leg lock, and Jason, after he's running in this barbed wire fence, and boom, Jason right here has got to give up.
I don't know if he's got to give up, but Jason is strong, but that figure four that Carlos has brought him many a victory, and this may be another one in the record books. Ricky Vargas, Benitez, Hernandez, Colón de Leon asking Jason if he
Jason Jason just reversed the thing on Carlos Colón. He just reversed that. I would never thought in a million years that he could have done it. Now Carlos Colón is in a bad way right here.
Yeah, he may get one of those notches in the loss column. It's going to be tough to see who's going to win this match, but let's see. Let's see if Carlos Colón can hang on. Let's see if Jason can put enough pressure on the reversal on that figure four to give himself the victory. Right there, you can see the pain on Carlos Colón's face. He's trying to get to the ropes.
Well, Carlos Colón can't get to the ropes there because where is he going to go? He's going to have to go right into barbed wire, and he knows that. So now Carlos Colón has reversed the thing right back on Jason.
Let's see if Jason can come through.
Well, let's just see who can take the most punishment for the longest. And right there, Jason has finally had enough.
Well, it was a smart move on his part. He may have sustained permanent injury, trying to hold on, and he just decided it was easier to give up and let the match go on and keep your career intact.
Well, they're the people. They're going to go out and get them some pinchos now. They figured Carlos Colón has finally won a match.
Well, there you have it, folks. A bloody and tired but victorious Carlos Colón.
Well, there you have it, folks. A bloody entire hour and a half of action and a lot of violence, and this is what it's all about right here. And look at
the blood just pour out of Jason's head. He's going to have some medical attention. I hope there was a paramedic or a doctor on hand that night, because he's definitely going to need one.
Now look at Carlos Colón. He's got 2 belts.
I'm more interested to see what happens to Jason after this, because he definitely needs some medical attention. These people are applauding, but that man still needs some attention.
I think they shouldn't even show Jason's face anymore in this match.
But like all things in this world, Mr. Slater, wrestling has its violent side. Bloody Bloody 2 is the violent side, and I'm sure there's going to be a Bloody Bloody 3.
I'm sure there'll be a Bloody Bloody 3, because as long as there are men like me and like you in professional wrestling that don't like one another, then there's always going to be that chance where I'm going to try to open you up someday, and you're going to try to open me up someday. So I'm going to say goodbye to all the wrestling fans, and it's been a pleasure to be here, and it's been a pleasure for you to be my guest host there.
No, let's get it straight. You're my guest host. I was the host. I was invited first.